Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network.
'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven.
A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UENradio.com.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon. And then on my syndicated CNBC channel, Saturdays at 2. Today, we always broadcast live out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California, home to Scandal, Murder, She Wrote, and other great shows. And then Universal Broadcasting Network, which I've been on for 6 years. This is show number 333. And I get a little applause for that. Thank you very much. I'm just... I counted last night when I was on the plane coming back from Seattle, and I am so grateful that I've been able to consistently do this. 333 consecutive weeks is not a bad track record for doing anything consistently. Definitely better than my relationships track record, but that's another story. And I'm going to start again by doing quite a few. Actually, I'm catching up for 2 weeks of Peace In, Peace Out. So bear with me, but I did want to just give a lot of love to a number of amazing people that I've gotten to work with these last couple of weeks, starting with Ron Dellum's amazing celebration of life and the incredible father of the incredible Piper Dellums. And if you missed her show with me, it was amazing. She's my newest sister from a different Mista, as she puts it. And it's been just fabulous going up there 2 weeks ago and actually participating and being in the front row seat, thanks to Piper, to witness the life of a man who wrote the bill to that freed Nelson Mandela. And I thought that was big enough, but there's tons and tons of other things that he did. So you can hear about it if you go tune into the show, the interview of Piper and I on my YouTube channel. It is free to subscribe. So make sure you go there. There's some great shots of she was able to pull together just a couple of important people. Nancy Pelosi came, and the difference was, congressmen and mayors and everyone who was there, like one of the founding members of the Black Panther, musician Sheila E.'s dad, the amazing drummer. I mean, just so many amazing people, and they did not come just to do lip service. They actually came to pay tribute and had personal stories of this man. We had Jesse Jackson had words, actors Lou Gossett Jr., and then I don't know anybody else who can get Stevie Wonder to come and actually sing a special song just for that private service. It was fabulous. Thank you, Piper, again for putting me in the front row there with family. I am truly grateful for that. All right, and then we move on. Last week, I was at Secret Knox. Greg Reed does it again. An amazing 2 days on stage, and it was there was a little boy. Let's see if I can get his name right. It was Little Dylan. He raised over $1 million because of his friend's medical condition by writing a book and publishing it. And so isn't that amazing? Let's see, who else was there? Patrick O'Brien. You will remember him from Entertainment Tonight. Great. And then also Frank Shankwitz, who is the founder of Make-A-Wish. And if you missed his interview with me 2 weeks ago, that was also amazing, getting a lot of love for that. John Shin, he is the guy who I'm actually going to film with him tomorrow. He got gifted or asked to do the Napoleon Hill Foundation asked him to do Think and Grow Rich, and not only the movie, but now the Asian voices. And guess who's the last Asian voice to get on that? So I'm really, truly grateful for that. There's a shot there of Frank and I and his beautiful assistant, Stephanie. Then let's see who we've got. Bernie Dorman, founder of CEO Space International, and amazing, the president. I got a soundbite with the former president of Mexico, Presidente Vicente Fox, and that was amazing. Accidentally got it backstage. It's a great interview. I'm going to post it on YouTube when I catch a breath after the show. Let's see what else. And then I got on stage, so that was kind of cool. That was my first time on stage. Did you show those already? Oh, okay, cool. And then I got off stage at 3 p.m. in San Diego, and then rushed and drove like an eagle out of heaven out to Riverside Mission Inn Spa and Hotel. Beautiful place. I've never been there. Did I forget to talk about Richard Dreyfuss? I did. The last amazing person at Secret Knox was I got to have lunch with Ron Klein, who's another amazing inventor. He invented the credit card slip on the back of your credit card, as well as MLS listing, as well as Dow Jones something. Amazing man. Going to have him on the show. And then got lunch with Richard Dreyfuss, which was incredible. And he wants to come on the show before he finishes his book. So I get to hobnob with some of the most interesting people. Thank you so much, Greg Reed. And then I went to Riverside, spoke with the Multicultural Black Dress event, and I was the keynote there, and that was amazing. Met amazing people, and people who really were open and receptive to the message from 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are, which is going gangbusters. Did a book signing there. And then I flew to Seattle, and there is a fabulous shot of you've got to see the video. I'm going to post that too. I mean, it's posted, but I have to put it in my YouTube, where I'm actually have my hands. This is the first time I got to put my hands on all the instruments in the cockpit. So it was Captain Michael and First Officer D who let me, and the seat moves like really cool. And I have a little funny about the Asian woman driver there. So you'll have to watch that. And then, yes, to Seattle, Piper's sister, beautiful Rachel, set up a book signing at East West Bookstore, and that was very cool. And then, so awesome, I got to be interviewed on New Day Northwest, the morning show at Channel King 5 NBC, and that was so cool. They actually invited me there. My cousins live in Seattle. I got to bring them on set. That was so cool, and great assistant, and she gave her a book, and she got great footage from inside the studio. I'll be posting that as well. You can go to New Day Northwest. It is on the website now. Christy, my new BFF from there, I just meet the best people. She was awesome interviewing me, and we ran out of time because it was only a 7-minute segment. We both could have talked at least for 8 hours, but I'm so grateful that I got to do that. So that is it for now, and I've almost run out of time for the show. I apologize to my callers who are waiting right now, but it is Call-In Tuesday, Thursday week with Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura, where I get to help you balance your life tires. Is there someone on the line waiting? Perfect. Awesome. And then we'll just get right to it, and I'll give them advice that I may not use. So welcome, first caller. Hello? Is this Robert? Robert? Nope. Is it Lindsay? Okay. Nicole? Yes, hello.
Hello.
Oh, yay!
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, darling.
You
I
got one.
apologize. I did get one, and I apologize. I got a little long with my intro, so thank you for waiting.
okay.
And feet on the ground, palms up. And taking a deep breath in through your nose, eyes gently closed. And releasing, soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees. Another deep breath in. Connecting with me through chi, eternal energy. And one more deep breath in. Releasing all the stories and the drama. And on a scale of 1 to 10, on the subject of relationships, how would you rate your current relationships in your life? 1 being not so good, 10 being fabulous.
I'd say like a 7.5.
Okay, that's awesome. And let's move to the scale for job and career. Same scale.
4.
4. And then lastly, health and well-being.
Probably 7.
Great. So it's obvious we're going to talk about job and career. So what would need to happen to move that little dial up towards 8?
Just taking more risks, probably, or financial risks.
Okay. So you're currently working
I am.
and you don't love your job.
No, not super passionate about it.
Okay. And how long have you been doing it?
Probably like 5 years.
5 years? Okay. And is there anything that is working or that you do enjoy about your current job?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the people that I work with, and I enjoy what I do, and it's nice to feel, that you're good at something, and that's how I do feel about my job. So
Good.
it's always helpful.
All right. And so is there anything that could be added to your current job that would bring it up the scale?
Yeah.
Okay. Promotion?
But we be like finding a new job though, like same job but a different place.
Different place. Okay. So it is actually
Not
not
too much I can do here.
I'm sorry?
Not too much I can do here. I
Okay.
guess.
So you've reached, sort of your cap where you are.
Yeah.
Okay. So the quickest way for you to move into the next chapter that I know of is to be in 80% or 88% gratitude and appreciation for where you are. So this is one of those balance tools or principles that I live by, part law of attraction, part just knowing that the universe is friendly and that there's many chapters in your book, just like there's many chapters in your book of romance. There's many chapters in your book of careers and jobs. So often people get stuck and they can't move on because they're always looking at what is wrong with where they are. So the first thing I'd like you to do for the next 21 days, because it takes 21 days to create a good habit, is to start every morning on the way to work and count out loud 8 things that you appreciate about your current job or your current thing. And I want you to be specific, not just the people that work there. Like, I love the way that, who's your favorite person at work?
Jesus.
Jesus. I love the way that Jesus is helpful. Is he helpful? Funny?
Right.
Okay.
Super
so
helpful.
yeah, he's helpful.
Yeah.
So I love the way Jesus is helpful. I love the way that it was easy to get this job. I love the way that I get recognized with, your last compliment. What was your last compliment at work?
I I don't know, actually. Oh, actually, I made a good drink.
Okay,
So-
you made a good drink. So I love the way that I get complimented on my drink. I love the way that I don't have to wear, a set uniform that I don't like. Okay, so you get the drift, right? So if you
Sure.
start doing this eight times in the morning on the way into work and 8 times on the way after you leave work, what's going to happen is you're going to create a field of attraction to attract what it is that's next. So instead of I hate this job, I don't like being here, I need to go to a different place, I don't know how to get, I don't want to interview, I don't like looking, do you see how all of those statements, where they might be true, bring you to a place of low vibrating, like you don't feel good, right? All those statements, when I was saying them, you don't feel good, correct?
Right.
Right. So you want to use your power, your ability to choose best feeling thoughts or better feeling statements in order to move the attraction factor for yourself. Does that make sense?
Right, like affirmations.
Affirmations,
Like
but sometimes people, I love my job. Like, yeah, right. You really don't. So let's not lie. Okay. So the gratitudes that I set you on is actual true statements, right? Because you really do like Jesus. You really do like some things about your job. So I just want you to take the power of focus and only see those things that are working. Not to say you're going to stay there, but what happens when you focus on what is good, then good goes, yay, we want good, we want more good. And then things begin to accidentally happen. And I have not met one of my clients who I coach who has not had amazing things happen when they adopt this one practice. So I don't think you're that weird that you're going to be an exception to the rule. All right. So I can hear a shift even in the way you're laughing. So your biggest work is to stay in a different place than you are. So because you are vibrating at that, what did you say, 4? You're attracting 4. I want you to vibrate at 8 so that you attract 8. You get this principle, right? It's simple, but it's not easy because we as human beings, of our 50,000 thoughts, 75% of them are negative. That's just, we're wired, right?
How are you removing that? Like, how do you
it's a
go about
discipline.
just removing that, let alone putting in the good ones?
It's a discipline. It's a discipline. I just shared with you an easy tool to do that. Instead of turning the radio on and listening to the news in your car on the way to work, which usually has you going, what's wrong with people, right? Right?
Yeah.
You shut it off and you take the breath just the way we breathed, right? Was that easy? Yes, I just told you to take a breath. We breathe 3 times and then we do 8 gratitudes. And then when you talk to people on the phone, don't pick negative people to call.
Yeah.
Pick
definitely.
positive people to call, right? And then when you come home, same thing. That's the only change that I'm asking you to do. And what happens is you begin to strengthen your muscle to focus on things that are positive. Because your statement just then, how do I do that? Well, I told you to do that. I just gave you an example, but you can't hear it because your habit is already at that 4. So the good news is
you're right.
You can change your habit. You're hearing it now, right? Because I just got you to a 6. You're hearing it now. So I'm not asking you to change who you are. You are, at the core of who you are, a fundamentally happy, joyous, positive, creative, contributing, generous, loving person. That's who Nicole is, at the core of who she is. Everybody, all 7.3 billion of us on the planet are that way. That is our fundamental being. However, we've developed bad habits. One, to be fair, everybody is human. And when you're human, we have a tendency to focus on what's not working. Why? Because we're looking for threats, right? That's the survival of the fittest. We're looking at what's wrong. So that's our natural tendency. So we do have to do a little bit of work, a little bit of discipline to shift that. But it's as simple as first thing in the morning, checking yourself and saying, okay, I have a choice. I can think about all the bad things that happened yesterday, or I can say yesterday was yesterday, and I'm going to start the day with gratitude. Dr. Wayne Dyer, 5 things. I'm overachiever. I say 8 things. 8's a lucky number in Chinese. It's a homonym for good fortune. So I say 8 things. I'm specifically asking you to say 8 things about your work because that's the one area we want to shift. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
21 days. So 21 days, 8. What are you going to do for 21 days?
I'm going to do 8 things that I truly appreciate. I'm going to be specific on the way there and
Perfect.
on the way home.
See, there you go.
Express a lot of gratitude.
There you go. There's 8. Next thing, and this is the fun one. Take 50. Do you have 15 spare minutes a day?
Yes.
Good. 15 minutes a day. I want you to sit at the computer, and I don't want you to work on your resume, and I don't want you to go to monster.com. I want you to just have some fun. I call it Google Play or Christina Play because my niece Christina works at Google. So you just sit at the computer and you take the breath again and you go, what word should I put in the box? So what keywords are interesting to me today? And then you put them in. And what happens is when you're vibrating high and then when you put in intentions, oh, I'd love to see, is there a, what is your keyword of someone looking for you to do work? Like what's your area, what's your field?
Oh, like bartending or
okay.
cocktails or
so what's your
bar.
Okay, so what's your favorite place that you would love to visit?
What's my favorite? Where?
Anywhere around the world.
Oh boy. Paris.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So you put in bartending Paris and just see what comes up. There's no search. It's not a search bar. It's a play bar. And you're just going to play and you're just going to do this. You put an alarm on for 18 minutes, put an alarm on for 18 minutes and just play and see what comes up. So when my clients do this, they go, oh my God, you're not going to believe. And I say, yes, I will. And they say, I found this project or this job or this da-da-da-da-da-da. And the world becomes this limitless source of abundant next chapters. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. So 21 days.
All right, I can do that.
And just email me and tell me what happened.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do that. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's been delightful. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you get some applause out. And we are going to go to our second caller. But before we do so, we have to thank our sponsors who make this show possible because it's all about balance, peace in and peace out. It's world peace through inner peace. Do you know any honest mechanics? Well, I do. Dr. Marissa here, and if you have a car you love, then take it to JP European Auto in Huntington Beach. Experienced, knowledgeable, and professional, JP's European Auto has been the #1 choice for European auto repair since 2009. Mention Dr. Marissa and JP will give you a 10% off. So go to jpseuro.com. Your dealer alternative for all European automobiles. Okay, jazz lovers, it's time to celebrate with a Catalina Island weekend getaway with jazz greats like Richard Elliott, Keiko Matsui, Dan Siegel, Peter White, and Baja. Don't miss the 32nd Jazz Tracks Festival at the beautiful Avalon Casino on Catalina Island, 2 weekends in October, 11th through 14th and 18th to 21st. Tickets are selling out fast, so go to jazztracks.com. That's jazztracks with an X.com today. All right, and we are back. You are tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa every Tuesday at naturally high noon out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California with UBN Radio TV, Universal Broadcasting Network Radio TV, and then every Saturday at 2 on my syndicated CNBC, NBC News Radio channel KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and all the time, everywhere on iHeartRadio. And today it is call-in week. We are talking to our second caller coming on the line right now. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Marissa.
Is this Robert?
Yes, it is.
Yay.
How are you?
I am happy and grateful. If you could put your feet on the ground and your palms in your lap and gently close your eyes and take a deep breath in through the nose and release through the mouth. Another deep breath in and releasing all the stories and the drama. And one more deep breath in. Connecting with me through Chi, eternal energy. Eyes gently now open. On a scale of 1 to 10, could you tell me how your relationships are going? 1 is not so great. 10 is fabulous. Where are you on that scale?
That's tough to answer. I have a lot of valued friendships. As far as love relationship, that's a really weak area right now.
So that sounds like we can go right there. let's skip the other two. Let's skip the other two assessments, unless you'd rather talk about job and career or health and well-being.
Well, I would be interested in talking about business entrepreneurship with you.
Oh,
if we
okay.
could.
Then let's do that. All right. So,
okay.
What's your question?
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you on the success that you've achieved with all of these high-profile events and all these celebrities and people of prominence that you have all these great interviews with.
Thank you.
I think it's terrific that you're an accomplished thought leader and influencer, and especially I'm also of Asian American descent, and there are very few of us who have really gained much traction. So I wanted to congratulate you for that.
And, what flavor of Asian are you?
Filipino.
Ah, wonderful. A lot of people think I'm Filipina because I'm a little darker, but I race sailboats, and so I'm out in the sun all the time. Yeah, but awesome.
Sure.
So thank you for that. I appreciate that compliment and the acknowledgement. And how can I help you?
Okay. Well, there's an expression that I know that Tony Robbins uses, and just about every other life coach, et cetera. And it's this: they say you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Therefore, you need to hang out with billionaires and accomplished folks and the like, which on its face, okay, that's logical. Except when there is a great deal of what I call asymmetry, whether it's with respect to status, accomplishment, whatever you want to say, how do you... I don't see the practical way that you can translate exposure to people that we want to learn from and be around and connect with. To me, that's always kind of an interesting challenge, because if you go to an event and you're in front of someone of high status or high accomplishments, I'm not going to go up to them and say, what can I do for you, kind of thing. That seems no sense to
Yeah.
me. So I'm interested in your
Great
thoughts
question. Great question. So I'm going to give you, because I'm all about balance, both ends. So, and I will qualify. I don't actually say that. That's not one of my pieces of advice,
Okay.
because I'll be honest with you, the 5 people that I'm closest to are from a range of retired, no money, and beautiful, incredible. I love them dearly. I talk to her every single day. Okay, she's like my white mom, and she is, comfortable, but certainly not falling under Tony Robbins' qualifications. And I spend I talk to her every day. So and as you said, I'm not unsuccessful, quote unquote. So it doesn't apply to me. I can count of the 5 people, 3 of those 5 people are, I wouldn't say, in that category. Okay, so it's not a guarantee. Now, on the other hand, I do have really, really awesome friendships with people like Layla Ali. Okay, so there's and Michael Bernard Beckwith. And they are on that end of the Piper Dellums, my new one. They are on that end, right? And I would consider almost everyone on the stage that was at Secret Knox, Brian Smith and Frank Shankwitz and Greg Reed, and they are my friends. Now, I only see them once or twice. Ryan Long, I only see them once or twice a year. But if I need something, I just ask them and they help, right? And vice versa. So the reason why that happened is because, and this is the point for you, is you think that you don't have anything to offer, and or you don't feel you're successful enough to approach people at that caliber. And that's a BS, a belief system that is keeping you from reaching the line that you're looking for. Okay, so I'm balancing it out here. So one, you can be happy and successful without having that level, and at the same time you are important enough. And I'll tell you a little secret. The reason why I have a lot of where I am at is because I have no fear. I have nothing that says you can't talk to that person, or who are you? Now, that's not true. I have a lot of fear, but I don't listen to that voice that says, who do you think you are? Or you aren't important enough. If I see someone that I think is important and I'd like to get to know, I'll say, hi, my name is, and you'll say to me, yeah, but Dr. Marissa, that's because who you are now. No, I did that from the beginning. I started in grad school where I would go to conferences and I would go up to people who just got off the stage speaking and say, hi, I'm a grad student. I'm poor. I have nothing to offer, but I'd love to take you out for breakfast so I can get some advice from you. And 8 times out of 10, I had breakfast with that person. So you can do that too. I had little cards that made up that said starving grad student because I knew that I would only be as successful as the fear factor I could knock out of me. And fear stands for future events already ruined. And just to prove my point, there was like 3 people at Secret Knox on stage who said, Phil Goldfine was another one, and I see him like 2 or 3 events, and so he recognizes me and we'll talk. And, he said from stage, people think that we're not accessible. Successful people are one of the most, I wouldn't say the most, but one of the most accessible people. So for you, I would stop having that block that you're putting in front of you. And in order to do that, I got rejected a lot. I got a lot of unreturned emails. I got a lot of unreturned phone calls. I got a lot of unreturned stuff, but it didn't bother me. I mean, it bothered me, but I was quick to let it go. That's a blisscipline right there. That is Michael Bernard Beckwith. I love that word. It's a blisscipline to say to yourself, and I'd like you to start saying this to yourself, I am a unique, beneficial presence on the planet who's loving, lovable, and loved, and I have unique talents, gifts, and abilities to offer on this planet. And I don't know if I'm supposed to be on stage or not, but I know I have a place on the planet to contribute. Everybody does. Every single one of us has that. And I'll share with you a story that I can't even remember, somebody very important in my life that I can't remember the name, said, you know, whether you share a vibration from a flower on the top of a mountain where nobody can see you, or at the bottom of the mountain where there are crowds of people, it's the same vibration. So you have to be okay with your own unique talent, gift, and ability. Do you know what it is? Have you honed it? Have you practiced it? No matter what kind of reception you get on it, whether you get complimented or not. Have you picked up my book? Because there's a perfect tool in there called Baking Your Own Cake. From 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. Just lie to me and say you've already gotten the book, because if you haven't gotten the book, I'll be pissed. So you've gotten the book already, because you should pick up the book, because it's all the tools that you have just congratulated me on being who I am and having the success I am, because I use all the tools that I have in that book. So if you really, and I'll quote Greg Weed on this, you can want what everybody else has. Oh, I have this on one of my motivational cards. If you think the grass is greener on the other side, water your own lawn. So you got to water your lawn, Robert. You got to water your lawn. I don't want ever for you to look for a piece of advice that does not work again. Now, I'm glad that you did, because it launched us into this thing. But you're an analytical person, I have a feeling. And because you're an analytical person, you do have the ability to pick things apart. But picking things apart don't work unless you put it back together in another way. So for everything that you pick apart, I want you to find something that works and focus on that. And that little blisscipline will begin putting you into an attraction-based place. So right now you're attracting things that won't work, because that's where you are. That's a little bit of tough love.
Okay.
So I want you to begin affirming and assessing and practicing those things that you know do work. And the best way to do that is to practice those things that work. So the next conference you go to, I would like you to introduce yourself to 3 people who get off the stage and use that same thing. I'd love to buy you breakfast or lunch. Or is there a book that you've written that captures advice that I could use to improve my life? And I'll tell you, as soon as you say that, they're going to like you, because you want to buy their book. There's not one author that I know that doesn't want them to buy their book, right? So, and you're not manipulating. You're truly, I see that from, now I'm going to compliment you. You are a seeker. You are a seeker. You are constantly wanting to improve yourself. And that is one of your gifts. Not everybody does that. Not everybody wants to do that. And that will launch you into a place to receive more and more. I just want to call and smog check some of the BS, the belief systems that are keeping you from that attraction. So thinkers are normally, I think, therefore I'm screwed. Thinkers have this vibration that's a little bit heavy. So I want you to lighten up. Okay, put yourself out there, step out there, practice your smile. I practice speaking in front of the mirror 100 times. I practice shaking hands 100 times. I practice smiling 100 times, because I knew that I could sit on my butt and do the law of attraction. This is what I meant to say about Greg Reed, who's a big, you can, a willingness without action is a fantasy. That's actually from a 12-step program. So, but Greg Reed will say you can sit and meditate all you want, or intend or say, I would like something. But if you don't act towards that, it's not going to happen. Now, let me qualify what he says with, because I have found that we can get stuck in busy action or pushing action or manipulating action. That is not good action. That's from a negative place. But if we're inspired to act, and inspiration is directly correlated with meditating, because you're clearing your mind and allowing inspiring thoughts to come in. Do you meditate?
No, I don't.
Okay, so there's another tool. There's another tool. And again, that's not tough love. A lot of people don't. But the good news is it's becoming more commonplace. And meditating has nothing to do with, levitating. Well, I mean, some people do. But all meditating is clearing your mind of the negativity that is a constant yammering in your head, and connecting yourself with the energy that is available to all of us, because we're all connected by energy. You know that, right? We're energetic beings.
Yes.
And that's not BS. It is BS. It's a belief system that I choose to believe, because I actually know that I am constantly a field of energy, and I can choose whether to be on a high vibrating disc. Abraham Hicks, those of you who are law of attraction, getting the Vortex, that's a great book to read. If you, I don't talk on the phone when I'm in the car anymore. I just listen to free YouTubes that Abraham and Esther Hicks put out, because I enjoy feeling good. That's my whole purpose in life, is to feel good. Now, people will say, oh, that sounds really selfish or, hedonistic. And it's like, well, I don't know. Do you serve people because it feels bad? No, you serve people because it makes you feel good. Do you create companies because you just want the money? No, I create companies because it makes me feel good, because I'm creating. Joy is in the journey. Joy is in the creation. I want to feel joy most of the time. And so I want you to back up too, and see what you think you want, this level of success. It is truly because you want to feel good. Yes? So,
of course.
So I surround myself with people who feel good. Now, all of my people feel good. The people that I hang out with, 88% of the time. People like Greg Reed feel good because they love accomplishing, right? Now, Ryan Long feels good because he wants to serve, right? That's his big thing. Now, he also gets to, bring big people, and I get to play in that field because of our friendship. So I want you to kind of turn your focus from success in terms of wealth and status. And don't get me wrong, I love those two things because it makes me feel good. But it is the feel good that you want to surround the 5 people. So are the 5 people that you're surrounding yourself with feel good people? Now that's the shift that I would like you to make, and see if that doesn't shift what you're thinking and what you attract to you. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Yes. And then you try that for 21 days. I want you to start the day with 2 minutes of breathing and meditation every single day. Start your day with 8 specific things that you're grateful for. I want you to go to bed with 8 specific things that you're grateful for, and just do that much, and surround yourself, and go to events and introduce yourself, and see what happens. Let me know.
Okay.
Is that doable?
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Do you feel like you can do that?
Yes.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm almost afraid of
I think that, well, one thing that I've always been curious about, I think that it's the real trick is how to develop that rapport in an artful, creative way when you're meeting these folks. I don't have so much a problem with my identity. I'm not like, oh, I can't talk to that person because they're so problem. It's just I'm just really curious about the ways folks like you with your success have been able to do that. So that makes sense to me.
Yeah, beautiful. And if you'd like to work with me, I have a program where it's a short-term coaching where we actually find out what you're really good at and what your gift is and how to hone it and how to package it. So if you're interested in that, or anybody else that's listening, that's what you get to do when you come to the beach. Okay?
Great. I'll
Awesome.
keep that in mind. Thank you very much,
right.
Dr. Marissa.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Robert. And that was our second caller. Fabulous questions today. Absolutely. I could do this every single day, but then I couldn't do anything else. I love my call-in shows. But anyways, I am up to the end of the show where I get to welcome you to my balance bar. And today, we are running out of time as usual. Asian Oprah giveaway, though, I'm giving another set of Thursday passes to Catalina Jazz Festival, Sunday passes to Catalina Jazz Festival. Thursday night is my beautiful Keiko Matsui twin, another one of my friends that I met. She's been a guest on the show, and we created a friendship from that. Sunday is Dan Siegel. So please go to my website, fill out the contact form, and say tickets, Asian Oprah giveaway, Catalina Jazz Tracks, whatever it is, and you will get those. We've already had 6 winners. 21-day fast from complaining with Dr. Marissa. Today is day 18. I don't have time to actually do the tip, but get the app and then register. If you have almost completed 21 days in a row, you will get a prize. Round 88 starts October the 1st. So if you'd like to register, go to forbalance.org. Sunday, the 23rd, this Sunday, black and orange and gray writing. Yes, you got it up there. I will be doing a mini workshop up in Oakland at the Bay Area Agape, 1:30 to 3:30. The RSVP on Eventbrite. It's only $40. It includes a signed book, and we'll be looking at how you get in the way of yourself in accomplishing. Maybe Robert can get up there for that. Also, New Year's Eve, I am going to be teaching Balance Tai Chi Gong at the New Year's retreat with my big brother, Michael Bernard Beckwith. Go to agapelive.com because it does sell out very quickly. So bring in the new year for that as well. I am going to offer some special introductory coaching packages, one for individuals. So that is and I don't, just contact me. It's 4 sessions for $498, which I think is 1/3 of the regular price, as well as 2-hour organizational assessment happiness index. How happy is your organization? Offering a special on that too. Just message me or email me with that, and I will get back to you with setting up a call to make that work. Also, I'm going to wish my beautiful daughter, my older one, she just turned 21. Unbelievable. Chloe May Carpenter. Happy birthday, dear best girl in the whole wide world. Happy birthday to Chloe May. And I love my kids so much. I'm going to take Sarah up to settle her at UC Davis this weekend before the workshop. So I'm papering my empty nest with the pages of my book. I'm so blessed and grateful to be a mom with front row seats, single mom with my 2 girls. Next week, it is Sexual Healing with Dr. Marissa, the new Asian Dr. Ruth, last week of the month. And I have a wonderful guest for you. His name is Lee Wind, and his new book called Queer December as a $5 bill. It empowers LGBTQ teens and their allies. So it's been a while since we visited that aspect of sexual healing. So please do tune in. Lee Wind I met at the Book Expo America in New York. He's the marketing director of the independent publishing book group and was very helpful. He told me I would never get a book signing at the prestigious Tattered Covers, and I did. So I have to bring him on and rub that in his face. No, he's very, very helpful when I went and asked for advice on and launching 8 Ways to Happiness. So you will want to. He is the founder of the award-winning blog I'm Here, I'm Queer. What the hell do I do? What the hell do I read? With more than 2.5 million page downloads. So we'll absolutely welcome him here. So keep it tuned to another scintillating episode of Take My Advice. You know what? I forgot at the top of the show to give a peace in, peace out shout out. Oh, you know what happened? I met them on the plane and they were super amazing. I sat down on the flight back to LA and trying to find their name now because I told them I would give them a shout out, but they're newlyweds, Dion and Alan. I'm so glad I remembered. The pictures didn't come through the first time, so they didn't get. But I did want to give them because their kids are watching, and she bought a book. Dion bought a book from me and read it the entire flight. So, shit. Peace in and peace out. Thank you so much. Special applause just for you, and I'm so glad I remembered at the end of the show. Remember to keep it tuned to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa Pay. That's P for positive, EI. World peace through inner peace. Love you all.